born to be free.
Good afternoon, everybody. Happy Monday. How y'all doing? Bitcoin is absolutely not giving a F about your shorts, baby. We got another all-time high and another SFP of the high. So guys, we're gonna be talking about what the heck is going on. Why are we going astronomically up? Why does Bitcoin not give a F about your levels, about your divergences? Why? We're gonna be talking about all that, but before we do that, guys, I gotta just say, hey, the shades are on, the TA goggles are on, and I'm sitting down, okay? Y'all know what that means. Today we mean business. Let's make a fucking bag. And we're going to talk about it. But before we do that, what's up, chat? How y'all doing? Shouts out to the hearts. Welcome back, my friend. S.A. Razor. Sorry, wow, what is wrong with me? If you ain't first, you're last. Guess I was last today. I'm always first, bro. I guess you were. Shouts out to Mario. Good afternoon, bro. How you doing? How is everybody today? How is everybody's weekend? We're going to play catch up on what happened over the weekend. Mario's in the chat. What's up, Mario? Sigma Pill says, bro, I need you, Geo. You're not a winner when it comes to trading. Well, I'll tell you this, my friend. If I can help you win, then that is my goal, okay? I want to help you guys as much as I possibly can. So perhaps today's live stream is going to be able to provide you guys some clarity. Yo, can you guys hear any volume right now? Or is it... Where's my volume at? Why can you guys not hear? Can you guys hear? Where's my sound? Hold on. Maybe if I move this here. Can you guys hear any music or no? Why is the music... Where's my volume? Anyway, whatever. It ain't about that. It ain't about that. What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? You guys let me know if you guys hear the music, because I don't know if you guys can hear it, but I can hear it. All right, shout out to Damien. Says max leverage long on BTC right now. I don't know if I agree with that. Damien, to 100K. Maybe, man. Maybe we will go. Matt BTC, what's up, brother? How are you? David's in the chat. Good afternoon. Nonstop ties, Senor Green. You're chilling, bro, if you're in the green. Sigma says big corn. BR Rounder says dump it. We're gonna be talking about that. We got a countdown to a countdown. A lot of pickles in the chat. So we're good. We got no music. Why do we got no music? Hold on. Hold the phone. We can't not have music. We have to have music. We gotta have music. We absolutely need to have music. Hold the motherfucking phone. Okay, now. Oh, now it should be really loud. We should be chilling now. Let's adjust this thing. Man, the amount of work. Freaking OBS can't just work properly. Never can just do what it's supposed to do. Okay, there we go. Are we good now? Are we good now? Bro, you sound like smooth like Usher. Thank you, man. Gio's actually standing on that chair. I actually am, low-key. Can I play Almost Sesame Street? You guys are funny, man. You guys are funny. Is that a rising wedge? Might be, man. Shout out to Tesla, man. All right. So you guys, shout out to Joe. Shout out to Crypto DGen. Shout out to Sigma Pill. Shout out to Clay the Great. Guys, let's talk about what's going on. Watching the 1 second and 5 second chart all day. Joined my VIP yesterday. My updates are dope. Thank you very much, man. Let's actually start with what happened, okay? So, guys, shouts out to the Discord, okay? Shouts out to the Discord. Shouts out to my VIP members. Because yesterday, we called this move exactly, okay? I updated this thing many times yesterday. And, I mean, these are my levels. Don't mind that. And so, yesterday, guys, I want to talk about the long, okay? Because we did say that we were expecting things to go higher. And if you're following me on Twitter, let me just add this as well, since I'm gonna be shilling my shit today. Let me just say this, man. If you guys are following me on Twitter, okay, yesterday on Twitter I posted in my non-financial 5 foot 2 3/4 wannabe singing advice. True story, I am 5 foot 2 3/4. The 6 hour time frame looks bullish AF, okay? And so yesterday in my VIP section, I was telling my members, I'm like, yo guys, listen, this is looking bullish AF. Money flow, don't give a damn about your divergences, and this looks like it's gonna break out. Mind you, yesterday obviously we were down here, and so I was saying we needed to start looking for every single long we could possibly be looking for, and we hit our long perfectly, okay? Absolutely perfectly. And this was the long trade setup that I gave in advance in my VIP section, okay? We're gonna talk about what's gonna happen now. Absolutely, we're gonna talk about it. But so we gave the long setup, and the target really was a new high. This target here is not the actual target, okay? I'm not targeting up to 76. I don't know if it'll go to 76. I have absolutely no idea. The way that I trade price discovery is I trade the range. So I'm going to be trading this little range right now. I'm not saying, oh, it's going to 76, it's going to 74. I don't do the fib extension pulls and whatever, because to me, it's still a little bit subjective in nature, right? So I don't really do that. That's a very retail way to do things. Nothing that there's nothing wrong about it. However, you know, whatever. But I want to talk about this trade, okay? Because this trade was kind of significant. Well, I mean, not kind of significant. It was significant because we had our new all-time high off of this move. So why was I even looking for this level? Why did I want to come down to this level? And why were we saying, yo, guys, hey, this could happen? I got to find which order block the time frame, which order block we had down here. Was it a fiver? We had an order block down here that we were watching out for. I don't know if it was a 5-minute order block, though. Maybe it was a 30-minute. Oh, maybe it was this 5-minute order block. Anyways, nonetheless, doesn't matter. Take a look. We had a larger order block here as well, but we had a 5-minute order block that we came and we nailed perfectly. Now, the larger order block was something like this. And, you know, when you're trading SFPs, when you're trading really anything for that matter, you should be paying attention to either structure or obviously market cipher and be aware of your SFP levels or whatever. Now, I did not actually hold this short the entire way, okay? I mean, sorry, the long. My apologies. I ended up getting into my long somewhere around here. Okay, I got in somewhere around up here. I don't know where, but somewhere here. I got into my long. I updated my VIP members. I said I'm in the long. And then I actually got out of the long somewhere around here. Okay, I got out somewhere up here. The reason I got out is because seemingly as of late, all that's happening, like literally infinitely, is Asia and London pump it overnight. And we just go up, whatever. I'm gonna hit you guys with a disclaimer here in a second. But Asia seems to pump it literally every single night. And I was aware of that. I knew of this level. The reason that I ended up closing the trade is because when I was getting ready for bed, which was around, you know, I don't know, 11 o'clock or whatever, market cipher wasn't looking too hot. Okay, we were getting hidden bearish divergences. The money flow wasn't coming up as expected. And despite me having a pretty decent entry, my stop loss would have had to go under the low. But I am very well aware that although Asia's been pumping it or whatever, that, hey, maybe this came to be the time where they decided that they weren't going to. I believe it was this red dot around 12 o'clock-ish. I closed my position. Okay, now obviously in hindsight, closing my position wasn't the greatest idea, but it doesn't matter. I wasn't willing to allow that much exposure overnight because we know that Asia and because we know that that London are able to really give us some tricky moves if they want to. And I just thought, hey, this is too much risk for what I'm willing to do while I'm trying to sleep. Okay, while I was trying to sleep, you know, I was aware of the vector candle. I didn't know what they were going to do. Maybe they were going to come take the wick again. I don't know. And I didn't want to have my stop loss all the way down there. So I ended up closing the trade. Okay. Yesterday in my VIP updates, I also gave you guys this little chart here where I was saying for me to have proper conviction as to whether or not this trade was going to work out, I wanted to see this 30-minute high go. Okay. Based on market structure, this was our 30-minute high. And based on market structure, this was our 5-minute low. So I was letting you guys know that this is a very important part of the chart. We're in a very important level. If we lose the 5-minute, we're probably going much lower to my other longs that I have much lower than here, which are still technically valid. Okay. Or what I wanted to see was a break of the 30-minute structure, come back to retest somewhere in this range-based demand, and then continue up for the upside. Remember, targeting new highs. So we had the idea, okay? I had the idea. I had the long. I closed the long. Now, the sad part is because I closed the long here, I set an alert at the high and I set an alert at the low. And I'm like, okay, well, if we lose the 5-minute, I'll short. If we break the 30-minute with conviction, I will long on the retest. as you can see, Bitcoin just did whatever it wanted to do. It went straight up and it didn't retest at all in the slightest. So it did not give me an opportunity for an entry. Now, this happened at 3 a.m., okay, for me. So I wasn't going to sit here and try to scalp a 2-minute time frame, trying to find every single local range. I mean, we didn't even have any, but trying to like get all these scalps. I wasn't doing that because it was 3 a.m. and every time I trade at 3 a.m., it's a bad idea. I tend to make very bad decisions at 3 a.m. I don't recommend anybody does that. Okay. So unfortunately, despite having the idea, I did close the trade a little bit early because I was worried about what Asia might pull off. Nonetheless, the idea was there. The target was only the new high, right? We obviously had this return to zone liquidity very easy to come and grab. So the idea, I mean, this in essence was a perfect long. I just wish I had a little bit more confirmation, and I wish that I had a little bit more confirmation at a better time, because you guys know I hate the Asian session, and it seems like Asia and Sydney, Asia and London have just been like doing whatever, while New York does literally fuck all as of late, which you can also see as part of here. Okay, so this was the trade. Okay, this was a trade. This was the trade. This morning, I updated my VIP members saying, yo, guys, you know, people are like, what's the target? What's the target? Guys, I don't know the target right now, okay? The more, like, there's nothing up here. This is price discovery. So the target, we could go to 100K. Are we going to? I don't think so, but we could. I've been wrong in the past, right? We definitely could go to 100K. Now, that doesn't mean that we're never going to go to 100K. That just means I think 100K is a huge psychological level. And I just don't think that retail even will allow for it. You know, people are going to sell at 95, 96, 97. I don't think anybody's going to be buying at 99K, for example. I just think it's going to be very difficult to break 100K. Like, that's the holy grail. Like, that's the big daddy, you know, 100K. Now, it's not, either way, it's not relevant to be talking about 100K because we're still at 72K. So how could you talk about 100K before we even talk about 73K or 74K? You literally can't. You can't get to 100 without getting to 75. So let's talk about 75 first before we even entertain 100. Now, I want to say this, okay? I want to answer this question here. So Sigma says there needs to be a correction for this, right? And my answer to that is there does not need to be anything, okay? Something that a lot of people get what's the right word, like tripped up on, myself included, because I've been a little bit known lately, not lately, actually I've been good lately, but to focus too much on the correction aspect of it as opposed to just playing the range, is if you take the word need, you're gonna get wrecked in this game, because really price doesn't need to do anything. Okay, is it healthy for a correction? Yes. Is this move, in my opinion, unsustainable? Yes. Have we had any real corrections? Not in the slightest. Okay, not in the slightest. However, that doesn't mean that we have to come and correct right now. We can go much higher before we get a decent pullback. You know, I'm expecting at some point to have a 20, 30, 40% correction, but that doesn't mean we can't get that 30% correction from 80K or 85K or 90K and then come down back to where we are, for example, for a 30% correction, right? That would still entail, give or take. Let's see how close I got to this. 25% correct, right? So that would still entail something like that, right? And how do we know if that's going to happen? Well, there's two things really that are going on. Right now, we know the thicker the money flow, the more chance of divergences. We know that we're taking all-time high after all-time high after all-time high, SFP after SFP. We know that anybody that's been long in the last 6 months really have not been, what's the word I'm looking for? Punished, I guess, for the last 6 months. Like, guys, I mean, it's been relatively easy for the longs, and it's been relatively hard for the shorts. Now, I trade every range for what the range is. I long and I short, okay? And it seems like all that happens is I get stopped out. I TP1 and I get stopped out. Whereas on the longs are hitting TP1, TP2, TP3, TP4. For the shorts, I usually hit TP1 and then I get stopped out, right? That's just like seemingly how it's been going. But nonetheless, it's our job to trade every single range for what it is. And it's our job to talk about, before we talk about 74K, shouts out to my boy here that's saying at least 74K first. Hey man, maybe. But it's our job to trade the range, okay? Now, what is the range currently? So, there's a couple things happening. Obviously, we had our pump, and we are ranging. Bitcoin as of late. I don't know what this is, But Bitcoin, as of late, is doing this pump thing, and then it is not sweeping any lows ever. It's doing this thing where it like kind of creeps up, and then we get another pump, right? And we could see that very much so illustrated on the daily time frame. I mean, even this, right? Like pump, and then just kind of an ugly curve up, right? Look at this one. This is like the here, pump, curve to the upside. This is like the infamous one. Like this is why I was, I mean, pretty bearish at 38K, was because I knew that we could come and grab all of these lows. This is just what, this is like Bitcoin's 2024 trend. This is like just Bitcoin's favorite thing to do. Like end of last year to now, this is Bitcoin's absolute favorite thing to do, is to just wreck, right? Switch market structure bearishly and then rip it up and you know, whatever. Now, with that in mind, we need to understand that that may continue to happen, obviously, until it doesn't, okay? However, objectively, it's our job still to play the longs and play the shorts in every given range. It is our job to understand that when you have a pattern like this and you're at all-time highs, yes, you can long, but it's probably not the best idea to long, for example, here, as opposed to longing down here, right? Because we are simply playing our range, okay? So can it go to 74K? It absolutely can. I'm not gonna sit here and say that it can't, but I'm going to assume that the range is going to hold until it doesn't, okay? So full disclosure, I did not get, like I said, I'm not long right now. I didn't get to hold the long, unfortunately, because, you know, London Open and Asia and whatever. So what are we seeing right now? Well, we know the thicker the money flow, the more chance of divergences. We know that we've been getting many divergences, okay? This is not arguably, this is objectively an ugly looking range, okay? You could see prices kind of creeping up, but it's not really doing much, okay? We got SFE, it's kind of wicking all over the place. It's not really the healthiest range to be watching. And so I told my VIP members that for me, I think it's a little bit better, it's a little bit safer to get somewhat of a decent pullback before trying to trade this range, okay? What I mean by decent pullback is, for example, nothing crazy, but like, let's just say this was gonna be the range high. Maybe we put in the range low, like here, right? And so when I say significant pullback, I mean, give us a very clear range, okay? Give us a very clear range. Because right now, this is kind of not the best looking range still, right? You could say that you have this, like, you know, liquidity line, right? You could say you have like that and people are gonna look to long that, whatever. But it's not a definitive range, in my opinion, unless you go on a really low time frame, like the 5 minute. But even still, it doesn't look great, right? It's still a little bit too subjective. I want an objective range. I want to know for sure, this is my high, this is my low. So I think it's still a little bit too early. Now, am I gonna be looking for longs up here? If we get a nice looking range and we get setups that present itself, yes, I will. And I will potentially be targeting higher, because Bitcoin, as I mentioned many times, has been taking the high again. But in general, up here at all-time highs, while we are getting, you know, money flow divergences, spike wave divergences, vector candles that we can come back up and recover, while this is giving us kind of an ugly creeping looking thing, if I have short opportunities, I am absolutely going to take them. And I am well aware that we may come back down for the retest. Now remember, all we got here is our breakout, okay? This was our old range, which also, look at what happened. We put in a significant high, we put in a significant low. This was our old range, and just like what I've been saying, Bitcoin's love to do this lately. It just slowly creeps up, and then up. It hasn't really been giving us the down. It's been a very hard time for the shorts, okay? It's been a very difficult time. Let's delete this because we know that we hit this, okay? So this is no different right now. However, just like we have short opportunities and we took this short opportunity and we had a pretty big move to the downside, we got to be aware we could get this. Is this objectively the time to be opening up longs if they're not scalp longs? Absolutely not. I am not opening longs at all-time highs unless I am trading the range for what it is and saying, all right, we're at the low of the range. I'm going to be targeting the high of the range and then potentially higher from there. But am I going to just belligerently long from here? Hell no, because there's a couple things going on, right? Number one, we're at all-time highs. Number two, the all-time high range doesn't look good, so I'm not going to long into that for literally no reason. And number 3, if this is our range, what happens, guys, when you have market structure, right? If you have up, down, breakout, we usually get a retest somewhere in the old range, right? And we will look for order blocks to then make a higher high, right? So market structure is bullish, and market structure has remained bullish. Does that mean to long at the breakout? No, because at some point, something here is going to get mitigated. And so what I'm expecting potentially, if I decide to short from here, is for price to come down a little bit into one of these order blocks, maybe take out this SFP, for example, to then have its continued move to the upside. Does that mean we can't go to 74K first? Absolutely not. But we need to understand where we are in the cycle, and we need to understand where we are in terms of market structure and market cipher. Remember, the thicker the money flow, the more chances of divergences. And whether you want to hear it or not, this is objectively bearish divergence after bearish divergence after bearish divergence after bearish divergence. So am I saying we're going to 0K from here? Not at all. But am I saying that from here we could come back down for a retest and come back down to mitigate? I absolutely can. And so for that, I want to address Bisha's comment, you just missed the SFP. Hey, if you're super scalping, absolutely, I definitely did. But I will tell you this, in full transparency, I did short up here because I'm aware that money's been coming out. We've been taking high after high after high after high after high. My TP1 was this low, and so I already took profit. If I get stopped out for like the 10th time on the short, I have no problem with it because, like I said, what's been happening is I've been shorting. TP1 is getting hit, stop loss at entry, and then, you know, redo the process. Whereas the longs have just been long TP1, TP2, TP3, TP4. So I'm absolutely interested in longs because remember what I said in my Twitter update, that like, look at how bullish the 6-hour time frame looks, but I need to find a good entry, and up here is definitely not a good entry in my opinion. So if you're asking me, gun to my head, should I long or short right now? My answer is to short, not to long, not when we're up here, in my opinion, okay? Where could we retrace into for Bitcoin? Well, we know we have this range, okay, and we'll actually increase this range up to here. I do have levels here, but we can analyze volume, we can look at liquidity, and always, we haven't really swept any lows, okay? So on the 4-hour time frame, we got a nice 4-hour order block at the high here, right? We could bounce from here, and what we're going to do is decide whether or not we're going to short based on market structure, because market cipher, we know the divs haven't been divving lately. And so for good confirmation, what you can do is find a nice order block, find a nice golden pocket or nice confluence, and then whenever you see market structure flip out of that order block, that's the point in which you can long. So I got a few levels that I'm looking down for. You can pull your golden pockets, you can pull your for example, if we get from this low to here, I'll just do quick TA on the fly here for you guys, and then we'll focus on scalping because I'm trying to get a trade here. Where's my edit thingy? Over here. Okay, so let's take a look here. From this dump that we had back down to 59K to the high that we just put in right now, you can see that our golden pocket, our 618, lines up perfectly with this major SFP level, right? Because remember, we know that liquidity has not been engineered for quite some time. And so not only do we have a golden pocket 786 there, okay, but we also have a nice 4-hour order block there. So which order block am I more interested in? This guy here that didn't sweep did sweep liquidity from the weekend, or this guy that has way more liquidity at this level here while taking this SFP level? I am way more interested in here. And if I show you guys the potential longs that I'm looking for, these are the long setups, and I'll give them to you for free on YouTube here today. But these are the long setups that I gave to my VIP members this morning. We did a VIP stream, and this is what I'm looking at. I want to see a nice SFP of this 4-hour, nice SFP of this level here, and say, all right, we could get a significant bounce off of here to, remember, continue our bullish market structure. We had high, we had low, we had high. We could put in a higher low to then make a higher high. This is what I'm looking for, and the target would be wherever the high is in right now. But the safer approach to really everything is simply this range, right? And for me, I don't like the way that the range has developed so far. It just looks like an ugly range. So I'm not going crazy right now on any trades. Shouts out to Chris. Says took the short based on the stopping volume candle. Nice. I'm in the short too. My TP1's already hit. We'll see what happens. The Messenger says Gio's the dawn of trading. Respect. One of the best trading channels. Gio's the best teacher on YouTube. I appreciate that, man. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Chat, who's in here right now, guys? How many people do we have in here? We got 144 people in here. Welcome. If you're new here for the very first time, my name is Gio, and every single day I teach you guys why the market moves the way that it does. If you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. And guys, every 100 likes, I give you, I do a giveaway for you, okay? I do a giveaway. I have 4 boot camps where I teach you how to trade like me. Okay, I got 4 boot camps: market structure, keystones in building the narrative, order blocks and liquidity, market Cipher B. And with that knowledge, you will be able to catch longs exactly like we did yesterday in the VIP section. And shouts out to my VIP members that that took this trade and that held it a little bit longer than me, the ones that are on the other side of the world. Shouts out to you guys. If you guys want access to my VIP section where I do live streams whenever price moves, I do a live analysis and I give you guys many updates per day. Yesterday I updated this thing like 10 times, and I'm in there getting my hands dirty with you. I tell you guys when I'm entering, etc. And so if you guys are interested in that, the link is in the description down below. Guys, smash the like button and we can get that giveaway for you. Okay, the next thing I want to talk about with BTCZ before we perhaps move over to altcoins is I want to talk about CVD. Okay, I gave a free update for my my Discord. I gave a free update to my members, to the free members, saying that we actually did not have the most sustainable move to the upside. Okay, we're gonna come to a higher term time frame. We're gonna come to the 30-minute time frame here on Exo charts. And I want to show you guys what happened here, okay? When we initially, all right, when we initially had our move to the upside here on EXO, let me make it bigger so you guys can see it nicely, okay? When we initially had our move up on EXO, you can see that we had significant, actually, let me come back down to lower term time frame. You can see that we actually had a significant decrease in open interest, okay? I'm looking at just here, okay? If I make this wider, I'm looking at just here. You can see that the entire move to the upside was open interest decreasing. What does that mean? When open interest is decreasing, that means that positions are closing, okay? There are not new positions entering the markets. There are existing positions exiting the markets. When we turn on our net longs and our net shorts, we can see that there were no net longs opening. Actually, the entire move up, net longs, the longs were taking profits the entire move up. And the shorts were closing their shorts or getting liquidated or getting stopped out on the entire move up, okay? For a strong, sustainable move, we want to see shorts getting liquidated like they were, but we also want to see longs opening up. We want to see the bulls stepping up and taking control of the market. We never saw that. So yesterday, I gave the update saying, yo, this isn't the most sustainable move to the upside. And that is still relevant rather. It's still relevant now, okay? It's still relevant because although since that moment has happened, check this out, okay? Remember, when the up move happened, on the up move, we did not have the commitment by the traders, from the traders, okay? We didn't have it. So if we didn't have the commitment here, you can see that afterwards. So now I'm not looking at the up move, I'm looking at the range, okay? Now we're just looking at the range. All right, we're in our range, we're looking here now. Within our range, you can see that open interest is increasing, okay? Let me come back to the smaller term time frame. I really want you guys to understand this because this is gonna help. Every single day I teach you guys why the market moves the way that it does, and this is going to help teach you guys like what might happen next, okay? After we ranged, or after we pumped, we're starting to range. Once we started to range, open interest is increasing. Remember, market maker's job always is to increase open interest, okay? The market maker's job is to get you to commit your liquidity. So after there was no liquidity being committed up here, he started to range, inducing traders to open up trades. Now, what's actually happening here? We have a couple things going on. Number one, at the highs here, we had very local bearish CVD, okay? At the highs, we had local bearish CVD, suggesting that we had potentially some exhaustion or some absorption rather. Okay, we had some absorption here at the highs, and if you look at these red bubbles, okay, this is called the REKT. This is basically where the liquidations are. Who gets liquidated, who gets stopped out. And you can see that the REKT right now, these guys got wrecked. Okay, these guys got wrecked, right? Now we had a little bit of exhaustion at these highs up here, which is why I took the short trade. But objectively, now that we are in our range, open interest is increasing. We can also see that longs are increasing over time. Okay, longs are increasing over time. I want you guys to really hear what I'm about to tell you. Okay, in this range, longs are opening up. If I go to net longs, you can see longs are coming in. Okay, shorts are also coming in, but longs are coming in right now. And price is not going up as it currently stands. Okay, I'm gonna repeat that again. Longs are coming in, but price is not really going up. It's like I told you, it's giving you that like kind of ugly range look. It's not really giving you what you want to see. If longs are stepping up here, and we're kind of like just inching, it's like not really that great. That's a telltale. That could be, nothing is guaranteed, but that could be a telltale sign of what's going to happen. So not only do we have a weak move up, like this breakout was a weak move, but now we're not getting the follow through from the market longs. The market longs are coming in, but we're not really going anywhere. So this should tip you off and say, why are we not going up? If longs are coming in, why are we not continuing higher, right? Especially after having a move that already was not the strongest move to the upside because open interest was decreasing and no longs were coming in. So if we come back to our like narrative building that we do here, okay, and we say objectively we have bullish market structure, we know that when we have our high, we have our low, we have our higher high, we could be expecting a higher low at some point to then make a higher high. And if you put a gun to my head and said, should I long or should I short? I'm not longing at all-time highs. There's no way. So we play the range and we keep in mind everything that I just went over with you guys, that this breakout was not a strong move up. Okay. Open interest was on the decline. So this was not a strong move. We know that we have single prints and we have vector candles up here. We know that at any moment they can come and make a run for these vector candles. We know that Market Cipher's second number one rule is whenever you have a red dot, you got to look to the left and say that those vector candles can get recovered. So am I saying that we're going to go to 0K from here? Absolutely not. But when you take all these confluences in one and say, you know what, maybe Bitcoin does go to 74K. Maybe it does go to 75K, 80K. It could. I'm not saying it can't. But when we are trading the range, in the back of our mind, we need to understand we got here from an unsustainable move locally. I'm not talking about since 30K. I'm talking about here. This recent pump to the upside, as I just mentioned here, we have it's not a strong move. It is not a strong move, okay? We had longs closing, we had longs taking profit to get up here, and we had a bunch of shorts get liquidated. Fine, okay, fine. Bunch of shorts are getting liquidated, bunch of longs are closing. So you pair that with the idea that now longs are coming in, but we're not really going higher. You can see we're like inching higher. We're like inching slowly. It's almost like price is being forced upwards right now to induce more traders into longing. Look at all these wicks. Look how ugly this price action is, right? Wick. It's almost as if it's being forced up right now to potentially rip it down. Now, I could say the same case for the shorts, okay? Because we know that over the last 4 or 5 months, shorts have been getting absolutely destroyed. And as long as the shorts, in my opinion, as long as the shorts continue to open up, which you can see here, shorts are opening, significant shorts are opening at that, okay? As long as significant shorts continue to open up, we could keep running the highs, okay? Until it gets to the point where, all right, people are not trying to get these shorts going and they're going to make a run for the longs. So we gotta, and that's why I'm saying currently, right, as a range trader, I don't know how to do the fib extension thing. I don't do that. That is a way retail thing to do. I don't do it. So is 75K a good target? Maybe. I'm not saying it's not. But when I'm going to approach these ranges, remember, the longs, price is not moving up. The shorts, price is not moving down. Getting up here was unsustainable. It was not a healthy move to get up here, this pump that happened overnight. And it was weekend. It was over a weekend as well. So that's another reason to come back to it. Not saying it will, but you need to know the confluence. You need to build the story. The market makers cannot hide their intention. So, when you piece all this together, and then you go to the very first thing that I said on this stream, which is this is an ugly AF range, and I want to trade a range where I can give you a clear, definitive high and a definitive low. I don't have that right now. This is not a definitive low to me, and this is not like this could be a definitive high, but where's my low? It doesn't look good. It's an ugly range. I want to see a range actually start to form before continuing to decide, like before saying, oh, I can trade this range with confidence. And so yes, I took the short from the high. Yes, I took profit one. Yes, my stop loss is at entry. And yes, I'm probably gonna get stopped out again. And that is completely okay, right? That is completely okay. So we will play the, look, we know we got thick money flow. We know we have the red vector candles that we can recover. We know that the same case I just made for the bearish scenario of giving us that retest applies locally as well. When you have a green dot, you got to look to the left and say that these vector candles can get recovered. We know that the thicker the money flow, the more chances of divergences. And so absolutely we can come and make a run for the high again. But in the event that we don't, I'm already kind of in a small, nothing crazy little baby position. And so we'll see what happens. I don't know what's going to happen. I will know a lot more once the range looks a lot better. Right now, in my opinion, this is a no trade zone. Even though I'm doing it, I'm breaking my own rules. In my opinion, this is a no trade zone. You shouldn't really be longing the farm or shorting the farm here because it's an ugly looking range. That's just my opinion. All right, let me check the chat. Shouts out to Eric. Had the same long from the setup, learning from the boot camp. Unfortunately, you were asleep as well. Man, I keep missing the longs because it's always Asia and London. It's mainly London. Every single long as of late, I'm missing because they do it at like 3 a.m. And every time I make decisions at 3 a.m., it's not a good decision. But that's dope, man. I'm glad you're learning. You're very welcome, Jew. Shouts out to Randy. Randy's in the chat. Randy's a little hater. Randy, when are you going to put the claws away? When are you going to be nice to me? Shouts out to Rahards. You don't have EXO, but you're using Coinalyze. CVD and open interest down in the last few minutes. Longs are closing. If we have CVD, if open interest is decreasing and CVD is decreasing, that is longs closing or longs getting liquidated, correct? So I imagine that there are a few longs that we can actually investigate it here on EXO. By the way, guys, I've been really enjoying EXO charts lately, I must say. But I can even tell you what happened here. Right, a lot of shorts actually took profit on this move. Let's check the longs. Yeah, 9 million longs closed. Open interest decreased by 1.14 or not by 1.14 billion, but open interest is at 1.14 billion. Open interest decreased by 100K. We had $9 million in longs. $9 million in longs close on that candle, right? And you got to remember also, when you are analyzing your range or whatever, you're watching your vector candles, So while these longs are getting liquidated in their closing, remember, think about this, guys. Every single day, I teach you guys why the market moves the way that it does, okay? And so think about this. I always teach you, in order for somebody to buy, somebody has to sell, okay? And EXO charts only shows you market orders. It does not show you limit orders. So if $9 million of longs closed, okay? $9 million of longs closed on this vector candle. That means, and we can only see market orders, that means that $9 million worth of limit longs. Because remember, longs closing are market shorts. So if there's $9 million of market shorts opening up in a vector candle, that means you have at least $9 million of limit longs by the market maker opening. So we should always be trading towards the vector candles. That's why we take profit and we move our stop loss to the entry. So I'm going to say that again because I really want you guys to understand this, guys. No one talks about this. If $9 million of longs close, that means that those are $9 million worth of market shorts. In order for somebody to sell market shorts, somebody has to buy, which is your market maker. If $9 million of market shorts open, that means your market maker is limit longing. We know that, and we know that as well, good confluence with that, is our red vector candles to the downside. So market maker, which we already know based on our vector candles, but extra confluence with EXO. Market maker is limit long, limit long, limit long, limit long. Now market maker swept these lows, which is where my TP was, and is gonna make a run for the shorts. He's gonna make a run for my stop loss, which is up here. And we could have already known that because of our vector candles. Guys, show me one channel on YouTube that's talking about this.
I get down.
Minus maybe Tino. Shouts out to Tino. Shouts out to Messenger Prophecy Watch. Gio's the best trading teacher on YouTube. His humble. Others just want your money. Respect. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you very much, man. I've been getting a lot of hate lately, but it's all good. We move forward, upward, and onward. It'll keep creeping up as long as masses are shorting. I do agree with that, David. I absolutely believe with that. Agree with that. I do. Randy, yes, claws every day. Claws. Literally every day. You know, I'm a little bit disappointed, Randy. I came into your stream today. I came into your stream this morning, and you didn't give me the disclaimer. I was saying disclaimer, and we didn't get the disclaimer going. I'm a little bit disappointed. I'm a little bit disappointed, I must say. All right. How much is EXO charts? I don't know. I think EXO charts is like, I think I paid like $300 or $400 for like 6 months of it. I don't really know. Loving your Geo insights. Hit the like button. Yeah, guys, smash the like button because every single stream that we get 100 likes, I do a giveaway, and you know, let's get those likes up to 100. Every 100 likes, I do a giveaway. So why not, right? Why not? It's free premium content for one to use. Tino, yeah, Tino. Annie is trade travel chill, right? I've been saying that. I've actually started to watch Annie. If Annie is trade travel chill, I've been starting to watch her. I actually really like her. Like I'm close to, because I tell you guys every time, man. I tell you guys, like, it doesn't have to be me, but I tell you guys, don't follow like 100 different channels. It's just gonna be a bunch of noise. You know, it's gonna be like, people are gonna have different perspectives, different ways of trading, and you're gonna get like, it's too cloudy. And so what I usually recommend is 1 to 2 people to follow. It doesn't have to be me, but 1 to 2 people to follow. And for me, I think I'm gonna add Annie to the mix. So I'm gonna do 3 now, which is Jay, Tino, and Annie, because she's really good. Honestly, she's really, really good. Cheat sheet entry on the 15-minute time frame. Let's investigate. Okay, let's check our 15-minute time frame here. Remember, I'm not crazy about longing up here, but if I see a long entry that I can find in a proper range, because I do think that this is a no trade zone, despite me being in a trade, I will say this. I mean, you could enter many ways. One of them is via cheat sheet entries. So let's take a look and let's see if we have a cheat sheet entry here. Ooh, what you say? Yeah, Annie is great. Annie's actually really great. Annie's great. Maybe one day I'll collab with her. She's really good, and she's humble. Like I just like her attitude. Her thing is here. I'll write it down. Trade, travel, chill. She's really like I wouldn't say it. I wouldn't say it if I didn't think like she was really good. £1. Yeah, that's the problem with EXO charts, is that EXO charts, you really like her too. EXO charts is you have to pay it in GBP. All the more reason to learn how to scalp, or how to do forex. Which, guys, I kind of wanna like do a little bit of forex. Guys, I'll be right back. I'm gonna get a Dr. Pepper real quick, cause your boy needs some caffeine. Yeah, I'll be back. Actually, let me put on a nice song while I'm gone. Houdini. I like this song. I like Dua Lipa. Yeah, I'll be back.
Catch me or I go Houdini. I come and I go. Tell me all the ways you need me. I'm not here for long. Catch me or I go Houdini. I come and I go. Prove you got the right to please me. Everybody knows. Catch me or I go Houdini. Time is
Dr. Pepper because, ooh.
All the ways you need me, I'm not here for long. Catch me or I go Houdini. I come and I
Diet Dr. Pepper, of course, because your boy's going to Miami in 10 days, baby. And listen, hey, y'all know I've been putting in work, okay? So you guys will see. You will see soon. My trainer's been kicking my ass. All right. Gio has a video about it called Yeah. I do have a CVD video. Yeah, this is a bop. Does your face show up yet? Why does your face not show up yet?
They say I come and I go. Tell me all the ways you need me. I'm not here for long. Catch me or I go Houdini. I come and I go. Prove you got the right to please me. Everybody knows.
AVAX is ripping. Yeah, I mean, so look, guys. I mean, okay. I've been giving updates and I've been saying, yo, it's like the alts. We got to be paying attention to the alts. I bought a little bit of Doggy Coin. I bought a little bit of I bought Doggy Coin. I bought XRP, and I bought ADA. So we're sitting nicely. We are sitting nicely. AVAX is ripping. Litecoin is ripping. XRP is ripping. I mean, guys, XLM is ripping. Algo, yo, I called the exact bottom on Algo last week. Last week, we called this right here. Oh, well, I guess actually this happened after. But we got this long. Anyways, AVAX is up a good amount from when I bought it. Like, I bought more AVAX, 30% up. So we're chilling, man. The bags are chilling. You know, the bags are chilling. We're more focused on the trading. I mean, you can make way more money trading than hodling anyways. Shouts out to Jew, just up to Annie's channel. Man, she's really good. I'm telling you, she's really, really good. She's a good person, too. You know, there's a lot of people. I think she's a better person than I am, for example. Like, I can be loud. I can make noise if I want to. But I just genuinely think she's a good person. Like, I don't know her. I've never talked to her. But she just, like, seems like one of those people. You know what I mean? Annie's market maker insights are lit. Yeah. She, like, really much so focuses on... I mean, Tino does, too, about the patterns. And that's something that I need to touch up on is, like, you know, looking for the W's and the M's and stuff. I'm so caught up on like, oh, like the order blocks and stuff, but really, I mean, you can get in at any time. You should check out her market maker zones. There are times where there are no market makers around. Yeah, man, she's very like session based, you know, very session based. She has times that she trades and doesn't trade or whatever. Put that Dr. Pepper down. Yo, listen, I'm telling you guys, I don't even like normally drink pop and stuff, but because I'm like on it, okay? I'm going to Miami in 10 days. Like, I'm on it. Like, I feel, dude, hide your girlfriend, hide your wife when I go to Miami. But, like, I'm on it. This is 0 calories. And so I'm like at a calorie deficit. I'm like low energy by the end of the day. I need something, you know, I need something to fill me. It's cutting season, baby. I will introduce you guys to my trainer soon. Gio, check out Solama. Yo, I'm waiting for Solama. I'm waiting for the Mexi, I'm waiting for the Mexi thing. I'm gonna make Solama my coin. Believe me, I'm gonna watch that thing every day. I'm gonna like, Solama's gonna be mine. I promise you that. I promise you that. I'm gonna take over Solama. Baby. The city. Hide your TFs, hide your wives, man. I'm telling you. Like, what is open interest exactly? Does it have to do with leverage trading? Yeah, so basically open interest. I'm going to make it very easy for you. Okay? Let's come on the chart here. When open interest is increasing over time, I'm going to go in a higher term time frame. Let's go like 2-hour time frame, okay? So that we can see it nicely. When open interest is this one here, okay? When open interest is increasing, that means that more positions are opening, okay? Whether long or short, doesn't matter. Positions, traders, you are committing liquidity into the market, right? Whether they're opens or whether they're longs or whether they're shorts. When your open interest is on the decrease, like from here to here, that means positions are closing. whether they are longs or shorts, right? People are closing out their positions. And when we pair what's going on with CVD and what's going on within the candles, especially when you pair net longs and net shorts and you have a clear understanding, why is this move happening? Are longs coming in? Are shorts closing out? What's going on? You can help build your narrative and help understand what is going on, because without exo charts, we just see like regular candles. And without the vector candles, I don't know how people trade without vectors, honestly. But without the vector candles, you're blind to everything. You don't know what's going on in the candles. So that's how it's going to work. Gio, can I talk about the 1 2 3 tap? Yeah. The 1 2 3 tap is derived around the idea that the 1 2 3 tap is around the idea that the thicker the money flow, the more chance of divergences. Okay, this is the #1 rule when it comes to market cipher, developed by moi. And essentially what it is I'm gonna get a little bit complicated with it, but you don't need to know this part of it, but I'm gonna explain it anyways. The thicker the money flow, the more chances of divergences. The reason we need to know this is because typically whenever you're in a range or whenever you're in any price action, there are essentially things called Wyckoff schematics that you could be looking for. Essentially, in short, your Wyckoff patterns are going to be like this. It's probably going to look either something like this, which is your standard head and shoulders, or it's going to look like this. Okay? And then down. Your market cipher B, the reason why the thicker the money flow, the more chances of divergences works is because it gives us the clue of whether or not we're going to have the third tap higher than the second tap. Okay? Because remember, up until this point, your Wyckoff schematic could either do this or it could do this, and we don't know which one it's going to be yet, right? But if you have thick money flow, you can assume it's going to be this one, because the thicker the money flow, the more chances of divergences. So this is essentially what you're looking for. And when you have very thick money flow, until we get that third tap, you're not really allowed to short. If you have very, let's say money flow was like this. Let's say this. Let me come on the 6 hour, right? If we come on the 6 hour time frame, you can see, look at this. This is actually a perfect example, right? This is a perfect example. The thicker the money flow, the more chances of divergences. You can call this your one tap. Now, it is a little bit subjective in nature, but you need to also understand that different like schematics can present themselves on different time frames. So we need to be able to manipulate what we see, okay? Now, you could say this was your first tap, this was your second tap, and this here is your third tap, right? Because we know the thicker the money flow, the more chance of divergences. These were not spike waves because we did not have money flow diverging at this point as well, right? A spike wave is where we have momentum wave diverging, and we have money flow diverging. We never had that here, so this was not a spike wave. So although this gave us a pretty decent move to the downside, I mean, obviously I'm on Solana, we can now understand that this could be our 3 tap, okay? This could be. Alternatively, this could be your 1 tap, this could be your 2 tap, and this could be your 3 tap on a higher term time frame. Because we know the thicker the money flow, the more chances of divergences, and the money flow on the 6 hour time frame is still objectively very thick. So what if what seems to be here is this is your 1, this is your 2, and then we get one more wave over the next couple days here with money flow decreasing, and this is your 3. And then this is your overall range, and this is your Wyckoff schematic, for example, right? It wouldn't be that actually, it wouldn't actually be that large. It would be more like this. This would be your range. Let's say it's like this. That would be your 1, that would be your 2, that would be your 3, to then send price potentially lower. But this essentially is where the money flow like thesis, I guess, of the thicker the money flow, the more chance of divergences, that's essentially where it is derived from, right? Everything I do is around smart money. And when you're following, I always preach to follow the money, because why would you do anything else, right? When you have thick money flow, you are following the money. When you are following your vector candles, you are following the money, right? When you are using order blocks, you are following the money. So it's very important to do that. And for example, a lot of the retail patterns that you guys know, that you guys use, I don't use it. Why do I not use it? Because a lot of the time you will have, for example, order blocks that are used, or you will have order blocks that line up perfectly with your golden pockets, for example. And so was it your order block that worked? Look at here, right? For example, if this long happens, which is my favorite long at the current moment, 64.3. If this long happens, did this long work out because you had a golden pocket here and it's just a magic make-believe number? Or did the long work out because you have smart money involvement there? Right? We already know retail is not moving the market. So that's really where the 1, 2, 3 tap came into. But me explaining it in the way that I did, by saying the thicker the money flow, the more chance of divergences, allows for a much more retail way of, like, I guess, understanding it, you know? Like, you guys will understand it a lot more if I say it like that, as opposed to the way that I just explained it. Especially now that it's a bull market and we're getting new eyes here, people are not really gonna get it, right? But that's essentially why I shit on all of the retail stuff, because what's the point? You know, what's the point in watching the retail stuff when you could, yeah, I mean, you could get an order block and it'll have confluence with a golden pocket and say, all right, that's a better order block. But yeah. Anyways, Rahars, well, I seem like a good person. I'll tell you this, bro. Listen, I'm gonna tell you this. I do believe that I'm a good person, and I want to go to a good place when I go in the ground, okay? I've been gifted with this game, okay, with the knowledge of this game, and I try to do as best as I can. However, I'm also aware that I know how to make some noise, okay? And I say things like, hide your kids, hide your wife, you know, so... But I don't mean it. I am a good person. I just, yeah. I say, I'm loud, you know? I know how to get attention. We'll say that. We'll say that. We'll say that. Do I use EMAs? I do use EMAs because EMAs are going to give you entries like cheat sheet entries, okay? I have an entire strategy on cheat sheet entries, which are basically criteria that you need to have met to enter a trade really at anywhere in the chart. So if you don't know how to do any TA, that is completely okay. You can still enter with a cheat sheet entry. But in general, I mean... In general, I don't use them. Like, I don't say, oh, the 50 EMA crossed over the 200, I'm going to short. But in general, like, they're good to know where they are. I don't use them like that, though. I prefer the VWAP over the EMAs. Because the VWAP is the same on all time frames. Whereas the EMAs are subjective based on, like, what time frame you're on. Thanks for answering your question. No worries, bro. Guys, like the stream, because every 100 likes, I do a giveaway for you guys. And we are currently at 73 likes, 125 people in here. Thanks for explaining. No worries, bro. No worries. Gifted with the game, you're going to have to use that. I can confirm Gio's a good person. I appreciate it, man. All serial killers have the mantra. I'm a good person, really. Yeah, for real. Like, literally. Except I could never... Dude, I've never even gotten into a fight before. I've never even punched anybody before. I've been punched in the face one time. And it's for reasons like this. Like, I've been punched in the face one time. And the reason... You know what's funny? This is what I mean. This is what I mean by good person, okay? I was in Dominican. Listen, I was in Dominican. And yo, I have this whole thing, by the way. Yo, I have the whole thing recorded. Okay, I have the entire thing recorded. Only the audio, but I had a GoPro, and it was in my pocket, and I didn't know that it was on. I have the whole thing recorded. So I got socked in the face one time. I was in Dominican. I was at a pool party, whatever. And some dude, I don't even know why, and I genuinely, I swear, I would tell you guys, I don't care. He thought I was like trying to steal his girl or something. I really have no idea. Like, I was fucked up. I was super drunk. We're at a pool party. I was with my own girls. Like, I was with my people. Okay, anyway, this guy like thought I was like trying to steal his girl or whatever. So the whole day, he's like, we're at a daytime pool party. So the whole day he's like looking for me, and I'm like, yo, are you kidding me? And I'm not trying to start problems. I'm not like, we're at a pool party away from the resort. I'm like not trying to have the whole group go back because I got into a fight. I'm a lover. I'm not a fighter. Like, I don't do that. So I'm like running away from this guy. Like, not running, but I'm like avoiding him. I'm not trying to get in. Anyways, throughout the whole day, I'm telling you, it was like that movie. If you guys seen that movie, It Follows, where like that thing just follows them nonstop. I swear the whole time he wasn't even trying to party. And it's a huge pool party. There's like 1,000 people there, and he's like looking for me. Every time I saw him and he's coming towards me, I would just go the other way. Like I would literally just kind of run away, like so I don't start any problems. We don't get kicked out, whatever. Man, this guy. All of a sudden, I'm like, I told you, I'm with my own girls. I'm with my own friends, whatever, that I met there. All of a sudden, I'm like underwater. You know, all of a sudden, I'm underwater. Like this guy just socked me while we're drunk and shit. And I'm like, damn, like I'm underwater right now. I didn't even like do anything about it. I swear. I'm like, yo, what the hell? Like, whatever. Actually, the girls that I was with like started pushing him and shit. And they're like, yo, get the fuck out of here, whatever. I swear to God, I only didn't want to start problems. Okay. Anyways. So I get socked, right? Later, now it's the end of the night. Okay. It's the end of the night and we're getting on the bus and he's getting back. He's in the same resort. And I had no idea, by the way. I didn't even know what I did at the time. I'm like, yo, what are you doing, bro? Like why are you, like, what did I do to you? Like, you know what I mean? So we're on the bus later and he's like screaming. And now I'm at the point where like, this is what I mean by the good person thing. Like I can make noise. So I'm like starting to scream. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, you know, we're just like, I didn't even do anything. I don't even know who you are. Dude, I had no idea who the guy even was. I've never even talked to him before. And so my friends are like going up to him and like, yo, what's the problem? What's the problem? And he's like, he tried to steal my girl. And I'm like, tried to steal your girl? What the fuck are you talking about? I'm like, dude, you think that if I didn't want, like, I literally, this is where I mean that I can make some noise. This is where I got pissed because I just got punched in the face for apparently trying to steal this guy's girl, which I've never even met her. I don't even know who the girl is. I've never even talked to the dude. We're drunk as fuck at a pool party and I'm with my own people. Like I couldn't have had less to do with this girl. And so this is where I started snapping. I'm like, you think that if I didn't want your girl, she wouldn't be sitting right here next to me right now? Da-da-da. I'm like running my mouth and I have the whole thing recorded. I'm telling you, like it's on my GoPro. Anyways, that was the story on the only time I've ever been punched in the face. Shout out to Jude, bro. That's what makes you special, and that's how people vibe with me. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. You're gifted with game. Hide your wives, hide your daughters. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. DMG too, if you could check it later. Yeah, I will, bro. I will. He's incredibly hardworking. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. That's what a serial killer would say. Where to long gold now? Gold? Like gold or Bitcoin gold? Punching short people should be illegal. Yo, I'm telling you, like I was at such a loss. Like I couldn't even believe. Man. Must have been drunker than me. Yeah. Walking home at night and you hear from the dark ends, gotta have high hopes for killing. Oh man. Yo, that's too much. Upload the video to VIP. It's all black and all you hear is me screaming over like a group of people. Like, yo, do you think that if I didn't want your fucking girl, she wouldn't be right here next to me right now? I'm like, I don't want your bum ass girl, bro. This guy's like punching me in the face. Like, I didn't even do anything. Put it over some bees. Yeah. Is trading my primary source of income? Yeah, it is. That needs to be my new intro. I'm gonna get a new intro though. I'm gonna get a bunch of clips in Miami and I'm gonna like edit it on the plane back, and the intro, bro, I couldn't even believe, man. I couldn't even believe. Anyway, so we're sitting short right now. I was about to say we're sitting short right now. We're chilling. Let me see, did I get stopped out? Yeah, no, we're chilling short. We'll see what happens. Joe isn't lying. Every time my girlfriend walks in the room, I turn off the stream. You can never be too careful. That's funny, man. That is funny. What's up, guys? BTC will go for some correction or what? You guys think? Tell me. I'll tell you this, bro. I'm not long right now. Unfortunately, I missed a long. I gave the long setup, but I missed a long entry. And I am short right now. And so we'll see what happens. Also, I can see your comment, brother. Also, why are you capsing every letter? Wearing short shorts by the pool and says he wasn't enticing the man's girl. But I wasn't. I don't even know who the girl was. Dude, I didn't even know who the guy was. Forget the girl. I didn't even know who the dude was. Wild, bro. Actually, so wild, man. I couldn't even believe. Anyway, so we know that this is an unsustainable move to the upside. We know that we have the vectors. We know that we got the spike wave here on the 30. So we'll see what happens. Once the range looks a little bit nicer, I will decide whether or not I want to enter. Long or short. Drew says we basically maintain that 15-minute upward market structure. Might make a run back to the highs. I mean, let's take a look at structure. We got on the 15, we got up, we got down, we got up. It's kind of ugly. I guess technically we got up, we got down. I mean, we SFP'd, that's fine. We got down. Like, look at how, bro, this is crazy. This actually does not look strong to me at all. Like, literally at all. So this SFP already happened. This is your current 15-minute structure. But this is what I'm saying. Like, it's almost like it's inching up, you know? Like, it's inching up right now. It's not giving you nice, impulsive moves. Right? It's not giving you this. Like, it's not doing this. It's just all local range stuff. So, keep in mind, you know, the whole CVD thing that we talked about here. And everything else. So, you know. By the way, guys, I think this is as good a time as any. By the way, let me just say, smash the like button so that I can do a giveaway for you guys. Please do me a solid. We got 81 likes, 119 people in here. Every 100 likes, I do a giveaway. So make sure you hit the like button so I can give you guys one of my boot camps for free. And another free way to help support me, and I really appreciate it, and it helps support the channel as well, is from my referral links. If you're looking for an exchange to trade on, Mexi Global, the cheapest on fees, 0.01% taker fee, 0% maker fee. If you don't know what that means, you shouldn't be trading. But if you do know what that means, then you know that it's basically free. And you can take all these trades that we take together in the VIP section for basically no fees. And of course, Market Cipher B, the only indicator that I use, the only oscillator that I use at least. 20% off discount code TraderGeo when you use my affiliate link. Both links are in the description down below. And it really supports me and supports the channel. So for that, I thank you. Mara says, Geo, as a day trader, not scalp, which time frame do you need to look at for market structure in relation to the environmental time frame? It's a good question. It's a good question. See, this is what I say all the time, okay? People will tell you to use this time frame, to use that time frame, etc. This is what I tell you. You need to use the time frame that makes the most sense for what the structure is doing, okay? As a day trader, I would say a good executional time frame could be like the 10-minute or 15-minute, for example. Right? Because you might hold that for a day or two, right? Whereas more swing trades, you know, are going to be like potentially the 3-hour, the 4-hour. For day trades, it could be the 15, the 30, maybe even the 1 hour. Depends, right? Depends. But what I would recommend is to use the time frame that makes the most sense, right? So right now, could you say that you're going to take a day trade off of this range? Probably not, because this range does not support a day trade idea. Okay? Remember, I'm telling you guys, for me, I need to wait to see a better range develop, whether it's higher, whether it's lower, or whether it's here. I want to see a better range develop because this range is looking kind of ugly. It's looking kind of sus to me, right? So if you say, oh, I want to find a day trade in here, well, I'm not even looking to scalp in here. You can't find a day trade in here. So what I typically like to do is I would identify a decent like range or decent levels that could accommodate for a nice day trade, right? Here, for example, when you are looking for trades and you're doing your analysis, you could go back in time here and say, all right, this is my range. And let's just say going back in time, we were here. These make a lot more sense for day trades, and you could do it on any time frame. Like you analyze, and this is what I do. I don't know about other people, but you analyze you analyze based on the time frame that you're on. So this looks like a pretty decent 2-hour range. I mean, you have a decent number of candles, and it looks nice. It doesn't look ugly like our current range right now, right? If you come on the 8-hour time frame here, does this look like a good 8-hour time frame? Probably not, because there's not that many. Like, you could come to the 1 hour and it'll look a lot better, right? So which time frames would you use? In my opinion, you would use, in this case, maybe your 1 hour or 2 hour as your environmental time frame if you're day trading, and perhaps the 15 or the 10 if you are, you know, for your executional time frame as a day trader. And you find your levels and you say, okay, well, if price comes into the golden pocket, then I will look to short it. And so here in this exact example, good thing I stopped it right here, you could say, all right, well, the 15-minute has, we do have little, very slight divergences. I don't know what happens here, but we have money flow coming out here. And so you could say, all right, I'm looking for my day trade to potentially hold this down for the next 8 hours, 10 hours to come and sweep these lows. And do we hit it? I don't know. I really have no idea. No, we didn't hit it. But what you could say is that once we flipped 15-minute or 10-minute structure bullishly, we decided that, okay, well, it's probably not best to be in this trade. I mean, this came close enough, right? Let's see if it hits it. I actually don't know. There you go. Bam. Look at that. So that would have taken you, if you entered here based on the day trade, but not based on, or here, whatever. It's not a set time frame, right? It's contingent on what price is doing always, in my opinion. I can't just say use the 15 and the 30 because if you're in a 1 year range, you can't use the 15 or the 30. You know, I'm obviously exaggerating it. So this trade would have taken 1 day and 3 hours, but you would have hit your target. Damn, that was a good explanation. Look at that. How you like them apples? Do vector candles and market cipher B help with swing trading on the 4 hour? Yeah, absolutely they do. Geo to the moon. Are there any alternatives to market cipher B? Not right now that I know of. There is the free version of market cipher, which doesn't have money flow, but the whole purpose is money flow. And there is the free market cipher, but that doesn't have, or sorry. And then there's like other ones like Vu Manchu that are free, but the money flow is not the same. So I can't say that it's good or bad because I don't use it. I've only ever used market cipher. AVAX is pumping, Solana is pumping, or not really. Litecoin is pumping, and XRP is pumping. Jasmine, look at Jasmine. All right, let's check Jasmine. Shout out to Jew. We'll be making an account with Mexi with my referral code. You need to get off. Yo, Binance, guys, I'm telling you, man. Like if Mexi goes KYC, then I'm gonna do the Palau ID thing and stay on Mexi. I'm not even gonna move to Bybit. The fees are like, we are so spoiled with these low fees. I'm not even joking. I can open up a whole Bitcoin trade for like $4. How do I freeze past candles to test theories? You can't. That's why market cipher is the hardest like boot camp that I have, because market cipher, like you do it with time, right? Like my boot camp is called market cipher B and time frames. And although I may recycle these ones in the sense of like doing more classes, I don't think I'm ever going to recycle the market cipher one because it's so difficult to do. Like you got to really try to understand it. It's not easy. All right, I'm not really going to look at alts too much today, but I will take a look at my thing is starting to lag here. So, I mean, Jasmine, we predicted a breakout. Obviously, we have this drawn here. Rather stay awake when not. This song is still on. How long have we been on this song for? I mean, the thicker the money flow, the more chances of divergences. I'm not really seeing divs here. I wouldn't be surprised if Jasmine continues on its way up. Not at all. We had a perfect mitigation of this 12-hour order block. So, I mean, this is a protected low. Right? This is absolutely a protected low. We should be targeting the high again. Nothing really I got to say. I don't really scalp these coins like that. Aside from the fact that these coins will do what Bitcoin does. Guys, I'll look at alts tomorrow. Let's see what Bitcoin does today. If Bitcoin continues the range, then alts will be a lot more relevant. If Bitcoin just shits the bed literally right now, then your alts are going to bleed. So, there's no point in looking at them today. Do I think BNB might go? I mean, really, I think everything is gonna go. Didn't BNB already had to move up? Yeah. I'm not long. Like, there's no way in hell that I would be like. Look at how BNB looks more bearish than bullish to me right now, just on Market Cipher. Right, just on Market Cipher alone. By the way, we called the long on BNB. Look at this, perfectly, literally perfectly. Anyway, yeah. So I mean, we got money coming out. We got spike waves coming out. We know that the market hasn't really been respecting the divergences, but I do think that somewhat of a pullback is possible here for BNB, right? I mean, it's on a parabolic move to the upside. It's only a matter of time before we get somewhat of a retracement. Right? We're probably tapping. Yeah, we're in an order block right now as well. We are in an order block. What did we tap? Did we tap this guy? We're probably going to come up to here and reject. Yeah, look at that. Close enough. Easy, close enough. How does the Palau thing work? I don't really know. I know you just get an ID and it's like a virtual ID, like it's an online ID. And then it allows you to KYC, I guess. I don't really know. Like, you basically become a citizen of them. Fees on XR godsend. Geo, can I short right now? What do I think? I think unless you're really, really scalping, this is a no trade zone. Like, this looks ugly as shit to me. But what I would tell you right now is 5-minute structure at least flipped bearish. So not only should, in my opinion, should you not be longing, but we did actually, did we flip bearish here? Not really, actually. Not really. For me, I would want to see 15-minute structure flip bearishly. Or 10-minute structure to have more conviction with the shorts. But right now, anything you do right here is a gamble. So I would say probably not. Probably not. Chocolate chip or raisin oatmeal? I like raisin oatmeal. I don't really like... It's not that I don't like chocolate. It's that... I mean, I like chocolate. Who doesn't like chocolate? I like dark chocolate. I don't like the sweet stuff. I'm not a sucker for sweets. I like the salty stuff more. Like, I'd rather have chips than chocolate. I don't like candy. My, like, sweet cravings are fruits. Like, fruits and vegetables are my favorite food of all time. Hey, Joe, do I think we'll see a big Bitcoin move with the upcoming lunar and solar eclipses? They usually do a crazy shift. You know what, man? I have absolutely no idea. Couldn't tell you. I don't know anything about the lunar or solar eclipses. Everyone was saying pump, pump, pump because of the Chinese New Year, for example, and it happened, and I don't know anything about that. I don't know about the moon cycles. I don't know about the New Year's. I don't know anything like that. Sorry, I wish I had a better answer for you. You wanted to try bet Mexi, but you saw a bunch of FUD. Let me answer this for you, bro. Like, so I'm gonna tell you this. No exchange is safe, okay? Mexi is not safe. Bybit is not safe. Binance is definitely not safe, right? None of the exchanges are safe because technically any of them can go down, and technically your money's there and your money's not protected. Keep in mind, we are in the biggest scam industry, like literally of all time, okay? So nothing is protected. So what I will say to that is, true, there was a lot of FUD, but there's also been a lot of Bybit FUD, and there's been a lot of Binance FUD, and definitely Coinbase FUD, and whatever. So do I think necessarily that MEXC is any riskier than anything else? I mean, not really. Can it be the next one that goes down? Yeah, it can be. But I don't think it's riskier than the next one. I think they're all risky. So, that being said, you got to keep only the amount that you're willing to lose on that exchange, right? And that's why I use high leverage, so that I don't need to keep, you know, X amount of thousands of dollars in there, right? I keep a couple thousand in MEXC and that's it, because I don't trade with, you know, I don't go $5 million positions, so I don't need to have $50,000 on the account. Like, I don't do that. I'm not comfortable with that, you know, 5K, 10K maybe, and then just crank that leverage and do position sizes that you're comfortable with. A lot of exchanges are stopping the Palau ID. Really? I didn't know that. Then maybe I won't get it. MEXC's okay, just don't leave funds there. I mean, you guys should be withdrawing regularly anyway. For that reason that I just said. You know? Dr. J, use high volume nodes to determine if order blocks are important. What other ways are there to determine if they're important? You gotta be... Remember, like, you got to build a narrative, and there's a story here, okay? I want you guys to understand the story that comes with the candles, okay? Don't just like, oh, green dot, I'm in a long, red dot, I'm in a short. No. Understand what's happening. And so, like, for example, this wick that we got, what did it do? Well, we ranged here for like, I don't know, let's say 2 days. And then it swept the lows from all these. And that's why I wanted to come down. And that's why I was looking for longs here. And that's how I hit the long, right? Like, we hit the long. So I had an order block here, and I said, all right, well, I want to be able to see what the order block like, for example, high volume nodes are good. You can analyze the volume, which I just made a video, by the way, about range-based volume. But also, you want to see what happened. So, like, there was an order block here, and what did this wick do? Well, this wick swept liquidity as well. So there's a higher chance of this order block. I'm not going to get and find the time frame, but there's a high possibility that this order block is going to hold because this candle already wicked out all of these lows from the days or whatever. So it makes more sense for us to not come back and hit this level again because it already did its job. You know, you kind of just build the narrative. Guys, listen, I'm going to go use the bathroom. We are at 93 likes. 7 more likes by the time I get back because I'm about to get off stream. 7 more likes by the time I get back and I'll do a giveaway. If we don't get 7 more likes, then no giveaway today. Sad, but views are down and I need to get the likes up. It is what it is. I will be right back. 7 more likes by the time I get back, which is going to be like 2 minutes, 3 minutes. No, I do not speak French. Okay, guys, y'all already know I gotta be fair, man. Let's check the likes. We are at 102 likes, man. Okay, we got it. I didn't think we were gonna get it, honestly. I didn't think we were gonna get it, but we got it, and I'm a man of my word. So we're gonna do the giveaway, guys, and then I'm gonna head out. So here's what I need you guys to do, my friendos. I'm going to send you a link right now. Actually, we're gonna do it on my last video because, like I said, views are kind of down, man. I had some stuff go on, unfortunately, which is out of my control. But everybody, go to this video, okay? Go to that video. Drop a comment and like on that video. I don't care what the comment says, but the emoji that you have to include is this up emoji, all right? Give me that up graph emoji. And, in how long right now? What time is it? 5:17. In 5 minutes at 5:22, we're gonna do that giveaway. So go to that video, drop a comment, make sure it has the up graph emoji. Say anything you want. Gio, you suck. Gio, you're the king of ranges. Gio, whatever. I don't care. Say whatever you want. Has to have that emoji. And make sure you like the video. If you don't like the video, you're not going to get the chance to win. Not gonna get the chance to win. Shouts out to UHC. He gave the long in the VIP Discord, and you made a pretty profit off of it. I am very glad, my friend. Stephen Wood says, Gio, how do you withdraw money? Do I ramp off with Coinbase or something? You cannot withdraw from MEXC. I don't. I move it from MEXC to like my cold wallet or hot wallet or whatever it's called. Cause I got house for a living. All right, this is what we're gonna do also, guys. My friendos, listen. Y'all already know how it goes, man. Okay? It was not very long ago where I was on your side of the screen trying to learn how to trade. And if I can help you by giving you one of these premium courses, each one is over 3 hours long, then I want to do that. Because when I go in the ground, man, I want to go to a good place, you know? I just want the best for my people. And I absolutely consider you my people if you're here. So I hope I can help make an impact. And I hope I can help change one of your lives right now with this giveaway. So in a few minutes here, we are going to check the comments. And we are going to do our giveaway. Don't give up. Complicated. No more love. Come on now. Follow me on X, guys. Trader Geo _ YT. XRPZ joins the battle. Cause I got house for a living. Guys, do me a favor right now. The up graph emoji. Up graph emoji. Guys, do me a solid. I don't know how many people are in the chat right now, but do me a favor. Let's get the engagement up. If I have helped provide you value in any way whatsoever, shape, or form, drop me a fire emoji right now. Let me see. If I made your life better, if I've opened up your eyes to the market makers, if you just like who I am as a person, let's get some fire emojis in the chat. I want to see who's here. Mama said, don't give up. I'm not selling my XRP. I'm not selling my XRP until like $2. XRP is gonna be like my moon bag, because as I was mentioning to you guys before, like when XRP moves, you know? Cause I got house for a living. Cool. I like that you guys are here. Thanks, man. Listen, lately things have been a little bit down. Things have been a little bit down in terms of like views and stuff, and a lot of manipulation on my channel that I didn't do kind of ruined my algorithm. But I love to see this, that y'all are still here. And y'all got my back the way I got your back. I love that. I love it. I love it. I love it. Oh, man. My thing is lagging so much right now. My thing is lagging. How do I turn my crypto into cash? I use a different exchange. I use a Canadian exchange called Newton. Thanks for the Harry Potter bonus. I got you, bro. Cause I got house for a living. Shooting for the stars. Always gonna be there, 1 in a million. Cause I got house. Cause I got... Alright, man. What time is it? Is it time yet? Okay, 30 seconds, guys. Go like the video. Drop a comment. How many comments do we have? 37 comments. Man, these are your best chances you've had. We've done this and we've had like 200 comments and stuff. All right, let's go. YouTube comment picker. Run away, run away. All right, guys. The winner of the giveaway is... my boy, Steven. Congratulations, my friend. You are the winner. Thank you very much for the comment. I'm not the GOAT of TA, man. I just I just work here, man. But congratulations, bro. You already know what to do, man. Take a screenshot of the screen. Make sure the like button is hit. Click this thingy. We can see it. Head over to the Discord. Open up a ticket. And let me know which one of the sauce that you want. Bro, I make trading fun. Even when you're sick of the charts, you can still watch me. I appreciate it, man. Listen, I'll tell you this. It's been a lot of fun. It's been a lot more fun since I've been doing... I'm sorry, bro. It's been a lot more fun since... Yo, Sigma, did I not tell you to open up a ticket? Like, I thought I was going to give you one. Did you not do that? I'm not going to leave yet. Sigma, I told you, bro. Open up a ticket. Unless we already gave you one. Like, be fair to me. Be fair to me. But I'm pretty sure I told you. And I don't know if you did. I didn't see it. Ba 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 da ba 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 da. This guy's funny though. Do I have my bank connected to Newton Exchange? You just want to know how to sell your crypto. Well, Newton for me, I'll tell you this. Like, I use a Canadian exchange because I have a Canadian bank. And I mean, I don't really move money back into the bank, to be honest with you. Or crypto back into the bank. Like, I don't really do that. But if I was going to do it, I would, yeah, like you can wire. It's not connected to my account. But you can, depends on how much money you're moving. You can wire big amounts over. Or you can, like, I do something called e-transfer in Canada. Sigma, be honest, tell Gio you didn't want it and you were giving it to him. You guys are funny, man. Y'all are funny. All right, guys, that's all I got for you, man. I will see you guys tomorrow. Have an amazing day. Happy Monday. Guys, stay safe. Trade safe. Stay disciplined. And that, my friends, is curtains.
Set my heart on fire.